Hey Trumpet fan, welcome back to another lesson, and this time we're going to be going over how to play La Vie en Rose, played by Louis Armstrong on the trumpet, so let's zoom in and get started. Alright, so here we go. So to start off on this song, we got to make sure we know our key signature. Our key signature, we have a C sharp and an F sharp, which is carried through the entire song, so we want to make sure we don't forget those. So let's start off with our first line. We have D, C sharp, B, A, F sharp, D, and then we have these grace notes. These come up a couple times in the song, which is C sharp, D, C sharp. So grace notes are played really fast, so da-da-da. And then after that C sharp, we have B, A, F sharp, D, and then C sharp, B, A, F sharp, C sharp, D, C sharp, B, and then these 16th notes, E, F sharp, G, B, A. And that first line sounds like this. So it's really important, especially if you're a beginner and you're still working on this, when you're jumping from those low notes to those middle kind of high notes. So like on here we have the da 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 da. So when we're jumping from that low, that F sharp to the D, and then from the D to the C sharp, it's just important to increase your airflow as you jump up to those high notes to keep from cracking them. So now we're on to the second line, and we start with E, D, C sharp, B, G, and then back up to D. Then we have these two grace notes again, C sharp, D, C sharp. Now we have this triplet, B, C sharp, B. That's played pretty quickly since they're 16th note triplets. And then A, F sharp, D, C sharp, B. And then this little run here is probably one of the more challenging parts of the song. We just have A, G sharp, G natural, F sharp, F, which is basically just going down chromatically. So if you know your chromatic scale, that will definitely help you with this. And then we jump up from there to a C sharp, then B, and then another set of triplets, D, C sharp, C natural, B, B flat, A, and then we have A, D, which goes into the next line. So that A at the end of the line goes into a D on the next one. And that line sounds like this. So I'm just gonna play that quick little 16th note to triplet run one more time so you can kind of get a hang of it, since it's one of the more challenging parts of the song. It just goes like this. So the next line starts off with a D, and then we have C sharp, D, C sharp, 16th notes, then B natural, A, F sharp, then D, C sharp, B, A, F sharp, D, C sharp, B, A, F sharp, C sharp, D, and then we're jumping up again to D, so work on increasing your airflow through that. And then D again, and then we have B, C sharp, D, D sharp, and that takes us right into the next line. So that line sounds like this. So that 16th note, as I said, leads us into the next line. Feel free to play around with the rhythms a little bit. You obviously want to stay on time, but this song is really great to just play around with your flow and just give it your own sound. So coming off those 16th notes, we're now on the fourth line, which starts with E, E, D, E, E, D, E, 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 D, A, D, E, E, D, E, E. You see a pattern here? D, E, E, and then the 16th notes to close out the line. E, D, B, D, F sharp, F sharp. And that sounds like this. So it's really important to consider when you're playing this line and the next one that this is kind of the crescendo of a song. The whole song builds up to this point, so your dynamics are going to be a bit higher on this part, and you just kind of want to make it seem like the crescendo, the climax of the song. So that takes us into the last and fifth line, where we start with D, C sharp, then we have this triplet run: D, C sharp, C natural, B, B flat, A, F sharp, D. So that's just a chromatic, descending chromatic. So if you know your chromatic scale again, it's really going to help you with that. And then we have C sharp, B, C sharp, B, A, F sharp, D, F sharp, A, C sharp, B, B, C sharp, D, F sharp, and then D to finish. And that line sounds like this. Alright, so as you heard, I kind of played around with the rhythms a little bit, but they're still basically the same rhythms. You really want to just make sure you land on certain notes on the rhythms that they're meant to be. So like this first measure, da 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 da. So that F sharp that we land on, you want to make sure that's on beat. And then obviously the rhythms at the beginning of measures, you want to make sure we land on those as well. With that said, that is it for La Vie en Rosé. Alright, well that's it, so thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like rating down below, it really helps, and make sure to leave a comment letting me know what you want me to do next. It could be a lesson, a cover, or really anything. Also, if you didn't know already, I have a full trumpet course which teaches you everything you need to know to get from beginner to advanced on the trumpet. You can get that at the link in the description at my website. It's a pay-what-you-can model, which means it's available to anybody. You just pay what you think the course is worth, and this allows me to get it to everybody who needs it. And with that said, I will see you guys all next week.